horseshoe pits, the top of a different hill. The downhill all at the bottom of the new spec downhill track. We've been coming to this particular track since 2022, but 16 years of top flight UCI downhill World Cup racing in Andorra. Common-style, of course, call this place home. Massive legacy here, but it's Raul Schneeberger that gets us off and running the 6th round of the UCI Downhill World Cup for junior men in 2026. And Schneeberger will fancy a good, long, hot sit in the hot seat today. Schneeberger, one of the pre-race favourites, despite some problems in qualifying yesterday, Mark.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be keen to prove that he's far better than his qualifying result. Straight away, you can see he's hanging low in the berms, trying to stay out of the soft and the big holes up the top of those turns and carry as much momentum as he can.
Honestly, you look at these pictures on our screens now, you wouldn't believe there's been a drop of rain, but it absolutely tipped it down yesterday afternoon. It was bouncing back up off the road.
Oh, he nails that left-hander, like low down in the bottom of the, seems like a nice smooth rut there.
Tell you, by the time our final elite riders get on course today, there's going to be very little of this track left. And
gaps over there, that's really nice. There's a nice little downside you can get before you pitch it into the right, into that switchback.
And that's kind of the story of this place, isn't it? It's little things everywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
Attention to detail.
Being precise is going to give you confidence, and also it takes fatigue out of your body. You can link up, double a couple of bumps. He's just done it again there into that right-hander, and you maintain momentum, skip along, get on the brakes, execute your corner, and do the same. And you just repeat and carry and build momentum.
Schneeberger down through the speed trap. Really, really fast section. 61.3 kilometers an hour. First junior men's rider. Oh, working the big Santa Cruz V10. Lovely through there. Schneeberger into this wooded section where there are a couple of line choices, Mark. Ooh. Oh. That nearly got spat off the side of the mountain there.
That was a big kick at a nasty point that you don't want any kind of kick.
He coped with it admirably. Schneeberger heads towards the big triple. Hangs in the air, gets over it just about as cleanly as you can, then gets the gap on the way into this set. It was so fast through here. And that little rut on the exit that spits you out on the off-piste, crucial.
Carries loads of speed out of that onto the piste. You see how he flew into that nasty little hole. Probably a little bit further than he wanted to do, but it's a race run and those things are going to happen.
Fastest qualifying time from yesterday was a 2:52.2 from Jonty Williamson.
Oh, he just pitches up high around that rock into that left-hander really nicely.
Schneeberger gets a couple of pedal strokes in, turns left, goes for the big gap down the line and sets a 2:51.664. So the fastest qualifying time from this category yesterday, broken by the first rider on course. Next up, it's Yannis Neef from Switzerland. Nicely done across there, goes for the double.
No triple there, opting not to pull for the big triple. It shows how hard it is to clear.
At the same time, do you think you can generate maybe by going double and then pump through the last bit of it? Is there some speed there?
Yannis looked really fast. He scrubbed and pushed down through the takeoff, got the double, gets a pump, and then another pump on the landing and straight back on the pedals. He was really,
just got sent forward there slightly, Neef.
He did well to hold on to that. His weight transferred forward towards the handlebars, which is absolutely where you don't want to be, but he recovered it well and he's cracking on like nothing happened.
4.4 seconds back at the last split. Yannis Neef has had a couple of big moments in there. Across the line, goes second fastest for the time being with a 4.4 second margin to Schneeberger in front of him, but watch this. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, did his pedals sort of change and he dug his inside pedal into the ground, which pitched his weight forward?
I mean, you're asking me. I don't think even he could tell you what happened there. Thomas Bruno, the Italian, leaves the start hop for MS Racing. There's been so much talk about the promise of this young man, but just some bad luck this season. 2.1 seconds back at the second split. Another really big, physically strong junior rider.
Yeah, he's got a great, strong posture on the bike. Look how tall he stands in his frame. really commands the bike. That left-hander, the first shot we saw, he nailed that left-hander.
He's found some time as well, bringing that gap down to 2 seconds now on the Z road.
You see how he's skipping over and just making the bumps link up?
Bike looks like it's working absolutely perfectly through there. As Thomas Bruno found enough time then by the line, he hasn't, but 1.8 seconds. Made inroads into it. Next up, Kai Burleson from the USA. Aboard the Commensal, a bike we're going to see a lot of today. This is the home. The factory's literally at the bottom of the hill here in La Massana. The factory HQ, I should say, of the brand.
Just choppy into that left-hander where we saw, was it Lucky have a big moment earlier in the week? You can see how the bike gets upset just after the piste and into that wood section, into that left.
Yeah, Burleson, another really, really big rider. 1.9 seconds, using that heft well.
Oh, he gets through there really nice and smooth.
Really bullying the big Commensal Supreme through that last bottom wood section. What's it going to add up to by the time he gets it to the finish? 1.9 seconds back in that time of Schneeberger. I reckon that Schneeberger time's going to stand for a while yet.
Yes, I think you're right. That's the tricky thing when you have an outlier starting really early that's laid down an exceptional time.
Oliver Colford.
I can't help thinking that it suits perhaps the American riders. Oh, a big slide off that hip there at the top.
Yeah, it's getting slippery out there, isn't it?
It suits the Aussies, it suits the Americans. They're used to riding in these dusty, arid, dry conditions, perhaps more so than a European guy.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Jordan Williams, we're going to see later on the elite men's race, you know, British rider, definitely you would say more used to wet, slippery conditions, but really loves the dry. Nicely over that little gap there, tagged his way through it.
Ah, nice all the way through there, and gets that pre-hop into that sort of that sapping of momentum, that tight right-hander before you drop into this next section.
Yeah, Colford won the Oceania Continental Champs, as you can see from the jersey. Those titles are never easy to win, given the depth of talent down there.
No, hugely competitive race to compete in. Same again, no triple, pumps through the landing.
Given that the only rider we've seen really get the triple with conviction is in the hot seat, I'm starting to think that it might be a necessity.
One other consideration is there could be a hole in the right-hand berm before, and it's very difficult to get out of it or carry the speed nicely into the triple. Or
it's maybe not the triple, it's the conviction of the pedal strokes you have to get on the way into it to actually get you over it that's generating the speed. 8.8 seconds back here for Colford.
Oh, that's a nice pre-hop into there. We haven't seen anyone do that. Gets on the backside, settles the bike down into that left-hander, really nice.
Yeah, really made that his own. First rider we've seen do it. Colford down the line then. Ollie Colford, 9.3 seconds back on Schneeberger. Bit of creativity in there. Good to see. Navarro, the Spaniard, sets off. A lot of Spanish riders and Spanish fans here this weekend from literally a stone's throw away from the top. 2.6 seconds back at the third split for Navarro. Angel Suarez calls this place home as well, doesn't he, these days?
Yeah, it's probably the best place for them to come and train with sort of replicate World Cup standard tracks. So they spend a lot of time here, hence the depth of talent that we have in today's finals.
Navarro, we will get you an update on his time just as soon as we can, but 2:51.6 seconds leads the way, 3.7 seconds behind that for Navarro. Specialized rider, team watching on. As we head back to the top then for Filippo Gilardino, the Italian. Look at that, absolutely, you cannot get enough of the start line here in Pal Arinsal, Andorra. We rejoin Gilardino, 1.2 seconds, not a million miles away off the third split.
No, he's looking good. Olin suspension doing its work in there.
Coping admirably, I'd say, with what's been thrown at it by Gilardino. Stays all the way over to the right-hand side. That looks good to me there, Mark.
See, he didn't gap over like we saw in previous rider. And it seems to like the bike is more settled when they do gap over, but obviously it's easier said than done from here.
Yeah, it was cool thought we did that. 2.7 seconds back for Gilardino. Here we go.
I think that's called steering with the rear.
Backed it in admirably. Next up, though, Camden Rutherford for Axis Nuke Proof. The Axis riders having a great time here in Pal Arinsal. They've looked really, really fast all year. Had a fastest qualifier here last season on that squad now. 1.3 seconds back for their young Kiwi, though.
The bike looks good. It's really...
Oh, lovely through there from Rutherford.
Yeah, gaps into that left. I was saying the bike looks really good, very settled, quiet, very quiet.
Camden Rutherford looking extremely aggressive in the bottom half of this track. Is it going to be enough? Oh, half a second outside that time of Schneeberger. Ollie Morris likes what he sees. Next up, Luke Mallen, as we hit the top 10. Junior men's race. Mallen
carries great speed out of that wood.
Mallen's faster here by 1.3 seconds at the third split. The American on a run. Schneeberger, Rutherford, Bruno, the top three as it stands. Oh, comfortably underneath the fastest qualifying time from yesterday. 9/10. Oh, gets away with a big one there, Mallen.
So yeah, that was a big slide. He just lost the front a little bit.
Getting thrown over the front of the bike. This one has not lacked aggression. Here comes Luke Mallen, though. Is he headed for the hot seat in Andorra? He is, by 1.2 seconds. A 2:50.3 already. We knew this one was going to be tight. Schneeberger. Oh, that was a huge moment for Luke Mallen, but he got away with it.
Didn't seem to faze him, did it?
Rhys Wellington, the Australian. Mark, you mentioned Australian, West Coast American riders as well. Used to the dust.
Yeah, used to this sandy, dusty climate. And
I think there's been a problem for Wellings, though. 32.7 back.
Is he dirty on his right shoulder?
Hard to say through those shadows. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, right-hand side. I think Wellings has been down somewhere. Manuals his way through there really neatly, but it's going to be for naught.
Hit something hard in there.
That's the thing about this place as well, just with the light and the amount of chunk in there. Martinez, the Spaniard, leaves the start hut. You can just hit something out of nowhere that could detonate a wheel. Oh, big noise on impact towards the bottom of that wooden feature for Eno Martinez. 1.2 seconds back at the first split.
He hit that right really well.
It's a great shot, that, isn't it? You can really get sense of the speed and the energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get him through.
So that little section there, that down and off camber right, is new corner for this year. 61 k's an hour through the speed trap. He's traveling.
I was just about to say it's a new feature to try and lower the speed slightly here. And then Martinez goes through the speed trap at 61 kilometers an hour.
Wow, I like that, what he saw there. He gapped down into a nice little smooth, found a little smooth area to land in. Made good sense of that section.
8 to go then. Stan Nesbet, a nice big pull. That is a lot further than it looks across there as well. 4 seconds back on the time of Mallen. So Mallen, mighty up top. Gets the big triple, Martinez.
This is good over there as anyone we've seen recently.
And it sets it up beautifully into these two wood sections. Really nicely done across there.
Yeah, you see how he landed and pumped, skipped across, and then nails that left hand out. There's nothing that reflects being 4 seconds back from what I see now.
Mark Beaumont enjoying this effort from Eno Torre Martinez. 4.1 seconds back, though. Lost a tenth of a second somewhere in all that.
Full commitment into that left-hander, bike bouncing underneath him.
Yeah, really, really good body language on the bike from Martinez. Heads down into the finish bowl. Goes 7th. 4.5 seconds back on our leader, who remains in place, Luke Mallen. Next up, though, Stan Nesbet for Aon Racing. Team manager and rider Rhys Wilson into elite men's finals later on this afternoon. Well, Mark, we've talked about how ground conditions and temperatures and stuff will suit riders in different parts of the world. This man won't be afraid by the trees creeping in on him. Spends so much time riding the Tweed Valley in Scotland. Be well at home in amongst the timber.
Yeah, you won't be worried about the trees being close to him. He'll be a bit unfamiliar with the dusty, dry, arid conditions. Not that you can tell by the way he's riding, though. He looked really good through that section.
Superb through there, Nesbet. 2.4 seconds back, but he's got a lot of space here to make some time up, the young Scottish rider. On the gammocks for Aon Racing. Ducks down as much as he can behind those bars. Not difficult to duck down behind whenever they're up around your shoulders. Really high front end on that bike. It's been working so well for them all week long. Gets the big pull across the triple.
It looked like he tried to hop a little hole in the middle of that right-hand berm.
Yeah, maybe you're right then. There maybe is something opening up in the middle of that corner that's making the triple even harder. I mean, it's a big pull whenever that berm works.
Oh, inside.
Well.
Way inside. We've not seen anyone go anywhere near that so far today.
Nesbet. It stays over the left-hand side down through there, so finding little pockets of creativity here, Stan.
Yeah, I think he gets that creativity from his older statesman, Rhys Wilson, who we'll see later on today.
I'll tell him you called him that. 2.9 seconds at the fourth split. Nesbet, well, signalling that there is little pockets of time and creativeness left up there. 6th at the line, 3.2 seconds back. Another really, really solid finals appearance from Stan Nesbet. Next up, though, Sasha Brizin on the Commensal. Brizin as close to a factory entry as Commensal have here. His dad at the bottom of the track all week with none other than Max Commensal.
59.5 through the speed trap. It's there or thereabouts with the fastest that we've seen.
Half a second back at the second split for Brizin.
Oh, he got that perfect. He landed a little bit wider. Did you see what I was...
Found a big hole in the middle of that, managed to keep her straight. So neat on the way into it, though.
Yeah, he was so precise through those rocks. Another little gap out of that left-hander. It's a great pump.
Big pull underneath the Monster Energy Art, right down behind the stem.
He's just accelerating down that straight.
9/10 of a second back as he heads towards the bottom half of the track here.
Ah, yeah, I see it there. So he hits the start of the berm, and then he turns down to miss the middle of the berm, catches the end, and then got enough speed to clear the triple. As good as we've seen anyone do that triple so far, Rick.
Sasha Brizin on course, really, really hotly tipped by a lot of the French media and a lot of the big-name French riders, both himself and Nathan Ponvian in elites. 3/10 of a second back, so he's bringing it back here. Sasha Brizin gets the gap on the right-hand side. That works so well. Look at the speed he's carrying down through that bottom wood section. Brizin out into the open. Just a left-hander to go now. Is this going to be the new leader? Sasha Brizin crosses the line and goes fastest at his home race. That is the stuff that dreams are made of. Cedric Ravenel applauds. This is a big, big day, whatever happens in the rest of this race in the life of Sasha Brizin in the hot seat, just up the road from where he lives.
Yeah, that's great. Executing a run on home soil in front of the boss. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, if you're going to get in the hot seat anywhere, I would suggest it's on a Commensal, in front of the Commensal HQ and in front of the man who owns the building. Max Commensal himself, do you absolutely no disservice at all. Noé Forlin now on course, 0.4 of a second back.
Holes are low inside there, avoiding the holes, and again in that right-hander.
I think those low lines are starting to get cut up now as well. Neatly done through there from Forlin, but it's just looking really, really deep now.
Just dabs a foot in that right-hander. Yeah, I think as soon as you get offline, it's all sand and kitty litter. It's a very unnerving place to be.
You see how much dust is being kicked up by Noé Forlin. That is something that riders have battled with all through practice this week as well. Just blows that corner completely, has to dab a foot. That will have cost him time. And absolutely huge crash from Noé Forlin, but somehow was off and running in the middle of it.
Is he okay?
Well,
yeah, he stood
Marshals
up.
and medics on their way to him. He seems to be...
He's up.
Yeah. Unbelievable if he gets back on the bike and keeps on going. Noé Forlin.
Wow, that was a huge crash. Let's see what's going on here.
Look at this. Oh, it was as if he just found a big hole in the middle of that.
I think he goes a bit deep into the center of the corner.
There.
See, his wheel's like in the air, and then it lands in the pocket exactly where it needs to turn. Knives, and there's so much energy that are huge over the bars.
If that was me, that bike would be on eBay this evening. That's it done.
This is the beauty of junior men's racing.
And we talk about it. It's one of those weird things with downhill, isn't it? Sometimes speed can be your friend in a crash, like it was there. He carried away from the course. He managed to sort of hit the ground running literally and get away from it.
Yeah, he did. He got very lucky that he didn't stop dead onto something. So, you know, you ride your luck, and and a junior won't even think twice about that. That's fine.
Yeah, well, that's set us up a treat here for the top 5. Malik Boatright
is riding their Atherton belt-driven bike, which should make good sense of this choppy, bumpy track. Oh, slides off that.
Really nice there from Malik. Yeah, his teammate George Madley had a great qualifying session yesterday inside the top 10 in Elite Men's.
That was so fast through that right-hander, stays low, carries the speed into that little step down.
We shouldn't be surprised. 3 second places so far this year for the man on your screen now for Continental Atherton. Sasha Brizin, the rider in the hot seat at the minute. Fastest qualifying first-year junior, 0.3 of a second faster though. Boatright in the lead, has to scrub off. A bit like left-hander though.
He carried good speed and was got everything out of those Continental tyres in that left and right-hand berm. Gaps over into there, I've seen a couple of people do that.
Yeah, belt-driven Atherton gearbox prototype bike. Boatright. Really nicely done so far from Malik Boatright. Oh, really nice through there, Mark.
Yeah, he loaded his outside pedal, picks it up inside there. We haven't seen anyone do that.
Survives the rut that took out Forlin, or tried to take out Forlin, I should say. 61.9 kilometers an hour on the speed trap. 1.4 seconds faster at the second split as well. So Malik Boatright on a good run here, making good sense of that rock garden too.
He's going so fast that he doesn't even need to pick up. He just uses his momentum to carry him through that gap.
I think that's called the pier-on technique, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just go fast and...
Oh, he stayed so low off that kicker on that high-speed section.
Looked like it worked for him as well. Just tucked down low and kept the momentum moving forward. 2 seconds now into the lead for Sasha Brizin's time.
Oh, easily over the triple, no problem at all. He carried so much speed through that right hand.
Really low, sorry, I should say, for that gap as well. Didn't have to pull too high for it. Fastest sector time so far. Boatright through to sector 3.
Oh,
2 seconds.
He nails that right. There's so much grip in the middle of that turn for him.
We are going to see An absolute destruction time here from Boatright. 2.5 seconds. I has to dab a foot, though. That will have cost him time.
You see how it's so easy for it to get wayward. He looks completely in control, and then a split second, he's having a bit of a moment. He's got to gather himself back up.
Well, Malik Boatright heads towards the finish line, crosses it, and goes faster by 1.1 seconds. But Mark, has he left time up there?
Oh, he's bent his pedal. So he's hit something with his left-hand pedal here now.
Let's see.
There.
Whoa. Sorry,
excuse me, it's his right-hand pedal.
It was such a big moment. It happened so fast. We missed it in commentary, but... Oh, do you think he could live to regret that? Ryder Wilson now, the Canadian for Team High Country. Apologies, this is George Madley's teammate. Mentioned Boatright earlier on.
Oh, it's a little bit of a mistake there. He got stood up in that left-hander and didn't get across where the main line seems to be. That's a nice little gap that he's linked up there, though. 0.742 down at the first split.
Yeah, really, really strong start to the run from Ryder Wilson. Was third in the Coupe de France earlier on this season. His best at the World Cups.
Threads a little needle there, manages to get that gap into that left-hander.
Been a 5th in Ludenviel. Look at the sector times. Boatright, 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 Boatright. Then Camden Rutherford's got sector 5, and you have to think that will be because of that mistake from Boatright.
Yeah, absolutely, and he is lucky to stay on, though. If when you pull a pedal in a crank like that, you go over the bars.
Ryder Wilson.
Well held there, my man. Full commitment into that left-hander, and the front got away from him.
Save of the day so far from Ryder Wilson. Kept it upright. I've got a funny feeling that's going to be hotly contested this afternoon. 63.3 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. Mark Beaumont can't believe it in the commentary booth. Big old tag of a rock on the way through there.
It's just getting a little bit away from him. He needs to regather his composure here.
2.7 seconds back. He's chasing this one a bit now, Ryder Wilson, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's fighting it a little bit, and the mistakes are sort of snowballing a little bit.
Didn't qualify for the last round, so a bit of pressure on. Free to go after him. Kalinšek, Hickman, and Williamson. What a top three that is. Has to have a couple of bites at the cherry to get the bike turned in. Nicely done across there.
Yeah, the last few seem to be making sense of that triple a little bit easier.
Scrubs his way out of that really neatly.
Oh, wow, he hit that turn so good.
You said that as an elite level rider, you wouldn't want to know your competition's times. Would you take any notice of the junior times throughout the day? Would that tell you about what the track's doing?
Yeah, I would. Like, on my way up, I would always glance and see what times they'd done. But I wouldn't want to know that one of my direct competitors had done X amount faster than my qualifying or whatever.
Ryder Wilson, save of the day so far. 2.7 seconds slower, excuse me, than...
That's not to say that, you know, I heard that Nico would be told the times. Yeah, he's just asked so much at the front, and he's done a big old stamp with his left foot. You know, one that makes your foot sting?
Yeah.
They're horrible, aren't they? Yeah, what a save. He did well to keep it on two wheels and bring it home.
I used to do a great line in the big toe smasher. That one where you hang a foot off and then just collect something on the way through. Top three now. Asbe Kalinšek hurls himself out of the start gate. Kalinšek, fastest qualifier at the last round, but really aggressive start to this run, Mark.
That little chicane at the start between those two course markers is far tighter than it actually looks. I watched a few head cams where they're really getting dragged into that. So it's kind of deceptive on our feed of how tight that first chicane is.
Well, third place in Lenzerheide, this man's best effort of the season so far. He's had some really strong quali performances, but just trying to link that into a finals run.
He's committed up here. He's a tall guy, can use big levers to his advantage up here.
He's faster here, but just over a tenth of a second. Oh, drifts around the right-hand side. Really well done.
You see everywhere, he's trying to tuck down low. Just on those little straight, he was down low.
It's something that you see a lot of I mean, juniors they're big lads these days, aren't they? And you see a lot of them do now. It's all attention to detail stuff, but really good technique-wise.
Yeah, definitely. They pick up on everything, don't they? They're watching like hawks, the pros doing, and they copy everything.
So 2 left at the top, Hickman and Williamson away. Meanwhile, Asbjørn Kalinšek's heading towards the second split here, the Slovenian.
Oh, it's really nice through there, links them, turns up, skips over those bumps.
Oh,
inside
just
a little
had
bit.
a couple of moments with a front end of this bike. He's having to put all his faith in it.
Yeah, he grabbed a load of bit of overspeed in the middle of that corner. Had to check up in the middle of the corner. Is that going to reflect on his speed track?
Yeah, he's dropped to a second back now, Kalinšek. Boatright leads the way from Brizin. Luke Mallen still in 3rd place at 2:49.1.
Really nice through there, though, all the way, completely direct.
What this man is chasing, Kalinšek, as he heads down in through the trees now. Really patchy light through there.
When you watch the head cams through there, you can't believe how fast it feels.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? 1.2 seconds back on Boatright. We know Boatright was really, really strong through here, but did lose some time in the final sector, so it's still on for Kalinšek here. It's going to be a game of margins today, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it's that fine line between intensity that you're fast and a mistake. And once you have a mistake here, the margins are so fine that you're probably going to have to grab on. You're going to lose a lot of time.
Well, Kalinšek was faster in sector 1. Boatright really strong in the middle. Camden Rutherford fastest through this final sector, 1.7 seconds back. So it's a tall order for Kalinšek from here on, but
he rode a little bit more inside in that left that we haven't seen anyone do that.
Is that going to be enough? Kalinšek heads down towards the finish area, keeps the bike really, really low, across the line. Second place by 9/10 of a second, just under a second. Really strong finish to the run.
Yeah, he's great finish, great start. Just a little bit messy in the middle, but pretty good.
Yeah, rode his luck as well. There was a few little sections that nearly got away from him.
See how he goes tight inside instead of around that big rock there?
Yeah, nice and neatly done. Neat riding from Kalinšek. 2 to go. Next up, it's this man, affectionately known in the pit as the unit, Kasper Hickman. 10 seconds. For Cube Factory Racing, Finnish national champion, winner of the last round. That was his debut win, broke Jonty Williamson's winning streak. What can he do today? Look at the speed they travel through those corners, that fastest turns of the year.
You get a perspective of how fast they're actually traveling when you see a shot that wide.
And the bikes are big now as well, aren't they? They're big, stable beasts, but even then, that just means they can be ridden faster. Nicely done through there from Hickman.
Yeah, really good. Just making it look so easy, linking up the gaps.
0.4 of a second back at the first split.
Oh, it's great line through there. I don't think anyone can go high in those berms now.
No, I think it's done, isn't it? Yeah. Hickman using absolutely every millimetre of track on entry.
I like that little gap there, like it just links and you flow through so nicely through that switchback there.
Well, the first Finnish rider to get a UCI Downhill World Cup since Matti Leikoinen. Last time out in Lithuania. Bike looks like it's working really well underneath him, Hickman.
That corner looks deceptively awkward.
Yeah, there's no real backside to it. There's nothing to push into. You're just basically turning on a bank, one of those ones.
Yeah, it looks difficult.
But it sets you up for all the way down here. 61 kilometers an hour, 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, you're right. Those two turns are so important from the speed trap. Gaps over there, like no problem. Really precise riding, pre-ops the rock.
Rode down that like it was a local trail centre. Absolutely bossed his way through those rocks, Hickman, as well as we've seen anyone do it. Keeps the bike on the deck through the Monster Energy Arch. Skimming now, just absolutely skimming the surface here. And Pal Arinsal is back to 1/10 of a second. Absolutely nothing in it. One rider left at the top. Hickman takes flight across the triple. Into the trees now, needs to nail this off camber. Gets himself set up nicely, goes
Inside.
inside there from Hickman. What's that going to be worth?
We saw Stan Nesbet do that earlier on in this feed.
It looked much smoother. I know Hickman's style's a bit deceptive, so let's see what it says on the clock. 0.6 of a second, he's lost half a second.
Gaps over there, that was really nice.
Yeah, plays it safe with one line and rolls the dice for the next. Really, really clever bike riding from Kasper Hickman. Is this going to be UCI Downhill World Cup win number 2? Let's get him across the line. Hickman goes fastest by 0.8 of a second and puts himself into the hot seat with one rider to go. Simdog likes it.
It's all in the last sector.
Yeah.
We had a great final sector to bring himself back in.
Really, as I say, clever riding from Hickman. But when it comes to clever riding, this man, Jonty Williamson, looked like he just had to have a little reset there in the gate. Hopefully didn't break the beam before he crossed the line. His next win will be his career 5th, placing him equal on wins as a junior with Jordan Williams and Asa Vermette.
Oh, he's fully committed through that right-hander. He turns down in the middle of the turn to miss the big holes at the end. Carries the speed into that step down.
Going for Finn Isles, record of 7, I think, in his last junior year.
So you see how he pulls to the left around the pole, and then he can straighten up the next few turns.
Jonty Williamson, 0.8 of a second into the lead.
He's got an effortless style, makes it look so easy.
Just really economical, just nice and flowy, moves with the bike, moves with the mountain.
He goes far onto that gap, out wide, hops into this section of switchbacks.
Williamson, last rider on track in the junior men's UCI Downhill World Cup, the 6th round of the 2026 competition. He's won 4 of them so far. Only Kasper Hickman, the man who sits in the hot seat at the bottom, has taken one away from him.
Carries good speed through there. Onto this big straight, into the speed trap. 62.2, he's really moving.
1.4 seconds into the lead now. Williamson into the big rock garden.
He went deep as well. Perhaps a little bit further than he wanted, but it's not changed anything.
Really, really nicely done. We need to see that big entrance again. Actually threw some style into it as well for good measure, Williamson. But whenever you're riding this well, to get down through the Monster Energy arch here. The drone battling to keep up. Williamson just lets the bike run slightly wide there. A second now, he's lost 0.4 of a second. Deep breath, back into the trees.
Carry great speed there. Opts for main line.
Was 7th here last season. A second in the lead of this race as it stands here in Pal Arinsal, Andorra.
That was really fast. He's
no, blows a foot off, manages to get it back on. 1.7 seconds in the lead. Is that going to have cost him? Well, we have already talked about save of the day. We may have just seen the new leader, Jonty Williamson. Is he going to lead this race by the time he gets to the line? This is it. Is it going to be win number 5 for Williamson? It is 1.299 seconds ahead of Kasper Hickman. Normal service has been resumed in junior men's. Jonty Williamson takes his 5th equal in terms of junior wins with Jordan Williams and Asa Vermette.
He's very subdued.
Yeah.
like obviously he's happy, but very subdued.
You'd have the top off by now. Yep, you can see there was a little bobble on the way out of the gate.
Yeah, exactly that. Look at this. This is what you wanted to see, Rick.
Here we go. Just dials it in.
Look how far. He's like a bike length further.
That's such a gnarly place to be turning the bars down in, but when you're going this fast with this much confidence, here we go though. I want to see this big moment again. That Yeti working absolutely amazingly. There you go.
Oh, so he's got his left foot out, turning right
Off a bridge.
before a drop-off.
Jonty Williamson, take a bow. Kasper Hickman. 4th career podium from 11 starts for Malik Boatright in 3rd. Great run from him. As we Kalinšek just off the podium. Whoa. What a junior men's race that was.
Yeah, we had some great moments, didn't we?
I think you have to, what I would take from that is very, very hard to be clean top to bottom. 111 points. Felix Griffiths not starting today. Healing thoughts with him from the Santa Cruz Syndicate after that big crash in La Tuile last time out.